Okay. Good morning, everybody. Now I think things are working. What is up? Humans of Earth. Thank you for joining me today. This is Sovereign Starseed. We'd like to give you the crypto news, and today we got some pretty cool news just because some things have been happening in the last 24 hours. So I hope everybody's having a good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. I hope you guys get out and do something awesome with your life. Go and do something that you didn't think you were going to do today and put some meaning into your life. Let me go ahead and get a couple of things set up here. Just making sure that I got everything going. All right. So let's see. So yeah, as this is, today is kind of an interesting day just because as we're taking a look at the markets, we're able to see that there's a lot of different volatility that's happening between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Now, people are, some people that have been talking that I've been talking to are concerned, that they've been making their investments into Bitcoin. And what I would say is that, first of all, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. Be prepared to lose everything when you're in the cryptocurrency market, but also be prepared to lose everything when you're in the fiat market. You know what I mean? It's not really any different than anything else. But the point with this is that, with the cryptocurrency market, there's a lot more volatility and there's a lot more accountability that happens. And I think both of those factors are things that help people out a lot. What I would say is not to worry too much about um, the. Hold on here. Let me see. Things are going off, man. Like signals are happening, things are happening, money is changing, value is changing, is really what it is. So, what I think is important for us to end up looking at right here is that, when the value changes, it's something to constantly be aware of, right? Because this value that is here is not going to end up being something that is like permanent. And what I could say is that when we're putting our value into different cryptocurrencies, we got to think about the purpose that these coins hold and really what they do. And if you think about it that way, you'll be able to see not only what happened like in the last couple days with Bitcoin Cash, but what can happen going forward with other currencies. And it will help you make better decisions as well. So just as I'm taking a look at this here, well, I'm just looking at like different things happening. So yeah, like basically, our value is changing over now. Right now, there's a bunch of confusion that's happening. Euphoria, Bitcoin Cash has surged past $30 billion, and so just taking a look at this here, CoinDesk.com is talking about how after hitting a record high above $800 on Friday, the price of Bitcoin Cash, the altcoin, has doubled within 24 hours, hitting a high of 1856, $1,856. So, what I could say is that that is very true. And in the last 24 hours, it's been a long night. And that's why I'm a little bit off here. But Bitcoin Cash, as you can see here, it surged. It surged so high, guys, that it actually took second place for a little bit last night. Bitcoin Cash had a higher market cap than Ethereum. And it was, look at this, it was like $9 billion, at least $9 billion higher because of the Ethereum. And the markets are fluctuating all the time, but that's very, very important for us to see is that Bitcoin Cash has taken second place on the market caps for cryptocurrency for a brief moment, and that's why I was calling this the Bitcoin tug of war, just because Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash are things that are definitely they're going through the roof. And like I can show you here, here's some proof. Bitcoin Cash. This is just a screenshot from one of my exchange accounts last night as I was watching it go up. and it was crazy, guys. The volume went up so high that I had put in just a tiny little bit of Bitcoin, and it changed to 184% profit in such a short amount of time that I was up to a quarter Bitcoin. And so just off of this one little investment that I had put into Bittrex, just one little exchange. And so with that, I had gotten up to a quarter Bitcoin, and that's at the same time that Bitcoin was tanking in its price. Now, why is all this happening? I feel that the biggest reason why this is happening is that Bitcoin is starting to see that because it's not able to get a consensus behind its support and behind its developers for moving forward, that is making people abandon the cryptocurrency. So there are a lot of people out there that are switching their money over from Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash, and there are a lot of benefits to Bitcoin Cash, such as it can process transactions a lot faster. It can process transactions with a lot less of a fee. And right now, one of the biggest things that's happening with Bitcoin is the adoption is taking place so fast that the network is slowing down because everybody is shooting their money to each other through the network, right? And that's slowing it all down, and that's causing the fees to go higher. So, it cost me over $35 to lock in my Genesis mining contract the other day for the fees. And that's not how crypto was made. That's not what it was made for. And the beauty of this is that it's able to evolve and change. And that's why the whole SegWit 2x like hype started. That's why that whole trend happened. There were developers that saw this. They wanted to get together, find a solution to it, and that's how they were going to do it. Is that they created this protocol called SegWit 2x, and they were going to have a whole bunch of miners switch over to that protocol so that way the Bitcoin network can process transactions a lot faster. However, so the developers just couldn't meet eye to eye with everything, all the finer details on that, and that's why that was abandoned within the last 72 hours this happened. And that's also why this huge tank in price for Bitcoin has gone way, way, way down. And so everybody is now switching their money over from Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash, and in hopes that they're going to be on a protocol and on a network that's going to allow them to do their business faster. Because it's been over 24 hours. I have unconfirmed transactions myself. It's been over 24 hours that these transactions have not gone through. There have been other ones that are even longer than that. So, in fact, actually, let's just go ahead and bring up something else too. For anybody that is using Exodus wallet, that's the wallet of choice that I use, and their current status right now is that, and as of November 12th, they just put this out earlier this morning, with the recent run of Bitcoin Cash and the highest Bitcoin fees we've ever seen. Our team continues to notice Bitcoin exchanges taking much longer than expected to complete. Currently, we're seeing Bitcoin exchanges taking up to 72 hours plus to settle. For reference, in the past, we typically see all Bitcoin exchanges complete in under 60 minutes. Because we do not want users to be without funds in these fast-moving markets, we've temporarily suspended all exchanges involving Bitcoin. For clarity, this only impacts Bitcoin exchanges, does not affect Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin, or any other Exodus assets. If you have an exchange in progress that involves Bitcoin, it will complete. However, it may take up to 72 hours. So that's what I want to say, is that I've reached out to Genesis Mining because I thought they were returning my money to me. And then I found out by clicking on the Exodus wallet status that it's actually Exodus that has frozen my wallet, just on the Bitcoin aspect. It's allowing me to log my transactions and send my money where I need it to go. So those things have already been sent out, but they're not allowing the money to actually leave the wallet right now because the transaction fees are so high, and that it's ridiculous to try to pay that much money on cryptocurrency. So Exodus is I see why they're doing that, and I guess I can thank them for that, because if they didn't freeze my assets just on Bitcoin right now, then I would be a little bit confused and I would be double spending my money. So if you're using Exodus Wallet, that's why that's happening right now. Expect it to continue to happen, guys, and keep a hold of this channel. Make sure that you follow this channel. Turn on the post notifications because I have an erratic schedule, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about my schedule at the end of this video, so that way we can try to like nail something down together. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Anyways, Exodus, it's frozen right now with its Bitcoin, and it's for a good reason. It's just so that people don't overspend their funds. If you've already locked in your Genesis mining contracts when I was posting my video, then you're good. If you spent it from your Exodus wallet, it's already been locked in. I got a message back from Genesis saying, "Don't worry, Seth, your order's been complete." Like, okay, I'm not gonna worry about it then. So other than that, yeah, Bitcoin Cash last night, crazy run up, crazy run up. It is still there, y'all. It is still there. It's still going up. You could still make some money on this. My jaw was just dropping when I was watching this happen. I was like, oh my gosh, this was like, I can't even remember what this was. Actually, shoot, maybe can I do 0.24? What's up, Avi? Hey, welcome to the room, bro. Glad you made it, man. 0.24 divided by 186 will give me 0.001. Should I buy Bitcoin now? Yeah, absolutely, bro. Here's what I'll be saying. I've been trying to buy Bitcoin for the last couple days, but everybody's trying to buy Bitcoin, and so buying it right now is hard. And yeah, definitely buy it right now. Here's another thing though. Only buy it with money that you're prepared to lose. That's just something that I want to say to everybody because, I'm not giving out financial advice, but I am telling you what I would do. And these are the gains that I've been seeing in the last 24 hours on this. So here's the thing. Yeah, I would say buy Bitcoin because it's super cheap right now. It's at a huge discount. Also, what I'll say is that I think it's going to go even further down. Want to know what I'm talking about? Thanks for joining in, man. What other questions do you have, bro? I love talking to people. Look at this. It's at 62.42 right now. Just just going down. God, that's beautiful. Yes, buy it. If you need help buying it, there's a link in my profile description or not on my profile, but my past video descriptions. Check there for my Coinbase link. Who wants to sell 15? He's afraid it's going down. Hey, if he's selling it 15 below price, go for it. Go for it. He is afraid it's going down. Yeah, his fear is correct. It's going down, but by you watching this channel right now, I want you to see that like you're in the right mindset because when it's going down, you buy. Okay? This is what, if you watch like these other trading videos, you go on YouTube, and I suggest you look at other videos as well, bro. But because this is just my way of doing it, and there's millions. There's as many ways of doing this as there are people. Okay, but I'm here to help, and I would love to help you and say that. Here's what I say: is when everybody's selling, you buy. So right now, you can bet I'm gonna be buying Bitcoin today. I might even wait for Bitcoin to go down even further to buy it. What do you think about Bitcoin price in a couple months? In a couple months, it's going to be back up to 10,000. How long have you been studying this, Avi? Tell me about that, bro. How long have you been in? Because, in no shame, dude, on anything. Because, we're all learning. How long have you been studying cryptos, though? It'll give us some good background. Dang, I think I got like a huge delay. And that's what I need to learn next is how to like stop the delay on my stream because this is crazy. So here's what I'll say is, I've been studying cryptocurrency since 2010. Oh yeah, oh yeah, 1500. Get it, buddy. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to see that. Here's something that like I would ask people is that like you've been studying it, you've made $1,500. Where can you make that type of money using fiat currencies? You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Anything else that like I have problems with, shout it out. I don't mind at all. We're all here to learn, including me. You know what I mean? So we're all here to get better. But so check this out. Follow my channel. Turn on the post notifications because I'm gonna be doing some things with investing where I'm gonna be showing you how like I just make like $1,000 in the last few hours, and then I made like another. I lost another 600 on learning something, and then I went right back in and I made 700 right back out. So like it was okay. And this is how this market goes. This is how trading goes. And I'll just say that a huge revelation happened inside of me yesterday where I started to learn about trading very fast and about how to make smart moves with your money. And I am so happy to document that progress and show that type of stuff here on my channel. So I'm going to be putting up some investment videos. And yeah, if you guys want to watch and see how I've started to create all of this passive income for myself, you know, just go ahead and follow this. And the other thing is I made videos in the past on the Smooth Experience YouTube channel. I don't post under that anymore, but that's where I started. And I started this in like July. And I can say, man, you know, it's just like with complete transparency on this channel is that like uh, I've definitely made all my money back. I'm super happy. I want to wait 2 days before buying it. Just wait to watch what will be going on with this new fork of Bitcoin. Okay, for sure. So that's exactly the other reason why this is happening, guys. So there's a pump. This is the pump. We are in the pump. If you bought down at a low price, that's great. But yeah, with Bitcoin Cash, the biggest reason why these things are happening right now is that there's going to be a big fork with Bitcoin Cash, and people are going to get their coins doubled for free if they're holding Bitcoin Cash. So what I will say is that it's great. It is so good that Bitcoin Cash happens and that we are in a hard fork. So we are going to have our assets doubled whenever we're holding Bitcoin Cash on these exchanges. So you're right, man. It's going to pump, and it's going to, right after that fork, it's going to dump, and it's going to dump way big. So people are going to have to get out. Speaking of dumps, in the news here, we just wanted to talk about the fact that we have noticed that um, there has been a huge transaction happening in the Bitcoin network where this is insane. Okay, if you look at this, there have been 25,000 Bitcoins that have been sold. Okay, and now this is huge. People are saying that this was from Roger Ver, and you know it's believable because he definitely does have, you know, the ability to have this type of this amount of Bitcoin. But what I could say here is that like yeah, 25,000 Bitcoins were dumped on an exchange earlier, guys, and so that right there, Avi, is a very very good sign that you can see that Bitcoin's going to go further down. So here's what I'll say. Um, you know, if your friend is telling you he wants to sell it 15% below value, watch the markets, wait for this thing to go down, 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 and then as soon as you see it start to come back up, tell him, I want to buy. I want to buy that 15% below market value, right? And then, boom, dude, get in. Get in at a discount because here's what I'll say is that, you know, there is some fear that Bitcoin is over, that Bitcoin it's done. There's nothing left for Bitcoin. Oh my God, it's all gonna be Bitcoin Cash now. It's over. And don't worry about that, guys, because if you've been around for a while, you've been studying these types of things, you'll see that each one of these blockchains has. That's right, boy. Get it. But like, you'll see that every one of these things they have um, value, they have purpose. There have been so many businesses that have been created off of the Bitcoin blockchain itself that they're not going to go anywhere. and CME futures are going to be released like next week, within the next few days. And those are Bitcoin futures contracts. And it's going to go up way past 10K, bro. It's going to go way past 10K. And you're going to be like, you're going to be telling your friend, remember when you sold that to me 15% below market value because you were scared it was going to go down? Well, it went down and I got it at a discount. And, the amount that we're going to be able to get a year from now for $1,000 of Bitcoin is going to be minuscule. And you're going to be able to do so much more with what you have now. So that's what I'm saying, is that, like, there's a huge dump. 25,000 Bitcoins just left a wallet. All right. And so that means that this is going to go down. This is going to go even further down. I think it's going to go back down to 5. We're going to be in the 5,900s. We may even go further than that, So let's just go ahead and see what's happening here, because a lot of people, the fork is still 2 days away. So I can foresee it going down even to the 4K range. I know that sounds crazy. But when you start to see these types of things, and you've been watching the market for a while, you'll see that this is how these things happen. This is how it goes, and it bounces and it comes back up. So continue to follow this channel, guys. If you like the content that I'm putting out there, leave a like, leave a comment thing, do the sharing thing, do the subscribing thing, but most importantly, turn on the post notifications so you can participate in this chat. Just so that way, we can all have an open forum here, because I think it's amazing to be able to talk about this stuff, and I learn, from you guys as well when I am in these things. So when we're all chatting, we're all getting down, and that's just crazy, right? 25,000 BTC, like what? How can I even think about that, dude? 25,000. I didn't even think about like how I could spend 25,000 BTC. Then why'd you implore me to buy at 7.2 before the fork? So that's a great question. So at 7.2, it's great to get in. So here's what I'll say is that, if you're buying in at any time, like I'm going to continue to say to buy into Bitcoin. I'm going to continue to say it. I'm going to say buy into Bitcoin when it's up at $8,000. Why? Because what Avi's seeing as well, it's going to go to $10,000. It doesn't matter when you buy in. In fact, there's a very, very good concept that we can just take a look at right now on Google, and it's called dollar cost averaging. So here's a good way for you to make sure that you don't feel like you're buying in at a high price, or that you're like always losing out. Okay, because I want you to know that even right now, I'm buying Bitcoin. Right now. I bought at 7.2. I bought at 7.4. It doesn't matter. It's okay. I'm still getting a limited resource, and I traded a paper resource for that, an unlimited resource. So here's another thing that I want everybody to end up paying attention to right now on this channel, is that, okay, so there's 2 ways to look at this. I'm pulling out the board. Let me make sure that we can see this. All right. So there's 2 ways to be looking at this. All right, so with cash, and you have BTC. I'm going to make awesome, quick sense out of this right now. If you have any other questions, please let me know. And tell me if you can't see this either, because I want to make sure that we see this. This is going to be crap if it doesn't work, right? And I know I got a delay. Thank you for calling that out. Please continue to do it. Can you see this? All right. Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. So check this out. So money, dollars, how are these created? How do these come into existence? They come into existence by printing. Okay? And How does Bitcoin come into existence? Bitcoin comes into existence by mining. Okay, by verifying transactions. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Avi. Appreciate you, bro. Man, my man, right on point today. All right, so check this out. So money is printed, Bitcoin is mined. How many dollars are going to be in existence? X. Why? Because that's what these central bankers need to do in order to keep us afloat. They need to keep watching that we are using these dollars, and that's what they use to push around all these different countries. They print them in tiny little buildings on certain types of paper that only a few of these bankers can own. So let's also look at who owns it. It's about 300 private bankers. Don't believe me? Go and look this up. Okay? Now, mining Bitcoin, let's go ahead and look at the chart here. How many Bitcoins are going to be released? There's going to be 21 million. Okay? So this right here is the whole reason why it doesn't matter when you buy into Bitcoin. Because we're already on a limited resource. We're already at a high demand. And we're already there. So people are catching on very fast to this. And so that's why, just telling you right here, this was started out of crypto news. Now we're going into investment right there though. But this is a little investment lesson for you right here. What you're doing is you're exchanging an unlimited resource for a limited resource. So you're changing paper for something that's digital gold. Okay? Let's continue to fill out the chart. Let's finish it. 300 private bankers are the ones that own the Federal Reserve. You don't know who they are. You never get to know who they are. And you don't get to audit this. You don't get to look at this. You don't get to ever see who's making this money, how fast they're making this money. And, whenever their opinion changes, they just stop this money and they slow this money down. Whenever these 300 people decide that they want to change things for the rest of the world, that's what they do. Now, 300 private bankers, can't even look at them, don't even know who they are. All they do is they employ a board of directors at the Federal Reserve so that they can face the public and do all the dirty work for them. Now, Bitcoin, who owns that? The whole world. Anybody with a computer. Look at my stupid continents. Look at this world. Okay? So, here's what I'm saying is that, the whole world owns Bitcoin, and there's a limited resource of Bitcoin. And so when the whole world is taking care of this, you get to end up seeing that now you're participating in a game that you get a lot more transparency from. And you get to make this money too if you have a computer. You get to end up doing this as well. You get to be your own banker now, the CEO of your own bank. And many people have already done this. And many people are already taking this way, 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 way far to evolve the planet. So this is what I gotta say, is that you buying into Bitcoin, you're trading an unlimited resource, things that those things are gonna get printed until the end of time, until people stop using it. But Bitcoin, that's a limited resource. So you're not going to sit there and think about how Bitcoins aren't gonna be made to the end of time. They're gonna stop, but people are still going to use Bitcoin. All right, and that's when the value goes up. That's when it gets way, way better. And that's when the value goes up into $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. Guys, it's going to be worth more than $1 million per Bitcoin in a few years. But what I have to say is that by the time that our planet in a few years has been using this technology, we won't be thinking in terms of dollars. So if you're at all emotional about the dollar value that you got in on, you're looking at it from the wrong perspective. We don't need to be looking at it from the amount of dollars that we bought it in at. We just need to look at, we bought in at a great time. We bought in before $10,000. And look at how much we got for it. What do I think about what, Avi? So if anybody has any questions about that, please reach out. Because I would love to discuss this some more, but like that's basically the reason why you can't go wrong with this. You can't go wrong. It doesn't matter if you end up buying in at 10,000. I'm gonna still buy in at 15,000. I'm gonna buy in at 20,000. Okay, and I don't care. I don't mind. And the reason why is that I'm doing what's called dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging is an investment technique of buying a fixed dollar amount of a particular investment on a regular schedule, regardless of the share price. The investor purchases more shares when prices are low and fewer shares when prices are high. So, what are the benefits of dollar cost averaging? It's basically just showing that you are able to buy Bitcoins right now at a great time. So here's what I'll have to say is that if you bought Bitcoins at 7K and then you bought some more Bitcoins at 5K, what is the average price that you bought in at? Quick question. You bought two. Try to see if you can answer this. Throw this out in chat if anybody's watching this. If I don't get a response in a few seconds, I'll tell you. But try to think about this. If you bought one transaction, doesn't matter how much Bitcoin you bought. If you bought some of it at 7K and then you bought it again at 5K, like how it might happen here in the next couple days, what was your average price per Bitcoin? Waiting to see something in chat. If I don't see anything, it's all good. Okay, so here's what I gotta say. If you bought at 7,000 and you also bought again at 5,000, the average price for Bitcoin was right in the middle at 6,000. Okay, and that means that your average price that you've been buying at was below the market at one day and above the market on another day. And this is what investors start to do. They start to see the average price that they bought into a particular investment rather than being emotional at the prices they bought in at. Okay? And so if you guys really want to know about how to do dollar cost averaging, I actually have a really slick little method that I've used for about 6 months with Coinbase to make sure that my money's going in on a regular basis and I don't have to worry about the price. Coinbase actually built this into their app and into their wallet, and I'll show you. If you're interested in this, shoot me a message. I will show you how you can end up letting money come from your Coinbase wallet into the Bitcoin market at a very comfortable rate so that way the average price that you're buying in is always going to be below market or maybe around market. It'll be right at market value. And that way you won't ever feel bad about being like, oh man, I bought in too high. Or, oh man, Bitcoin's gonna sell or gonna fall, so I better sell. So that's what I'm saying, guys, is that like with that, look at your dollar cost averaging. If you want to learn more about this, shoot me a message, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, because I'm actually going to be doing some investment videos here soon. Because the ones that are posting out in chat right now are not the only ones that have been telling me about this. So I will definitely help you guys with this because it's an incredible investment technique to make sure that your emotions don't go wild, and that way you can still feel like a boss getting into this, because that's what we do. We're supposed to feel like a boss when we get into this. We're supposed to feel great about our investments. I feel so good about it. In fact, I'm going to set up. There's going to be another Coinbase order that's going in today. There's going to be another Coinbase order that's going in tomorrow. And that's because I'm just averaging out price that I bought my Bitcoin at. So that's great. Definitely let me know if you guys are interested in more of that. Last thing in the news that I was wanting to go ahead and just cover was assets will be tokens and it will change finance. So this is something that I think that is very, very beautiful, and it's very good for us to learn about on Sovereign Starseed. So on Sovereign Starseed, we're always trying to help Earth reclaim her sovereignty, and we want to do that through tools that can empower us. And so one of the best ways to empower us is by learning about how to use the value inside of us, outside of us. And doing that is by investing into different assets. So before this time on the planet, there may have been other times, but our species hasn't seen, the humans haven't seen a way to invest into something that was in the form of a token. And what this article is pointing out is very, very good for economics. It's very good for our planet. And going forward, it's very awesome to see. So the closest and current method that humans use on the planet are called shares and bonds and notes and stores of value. There's hundreds of different ways that assets are being stored. And it can be whether it's in a precious metal, it could be in a paper that's going to be paying you out. It could be on a website that pays you out every day if you've been watching my channels. It can be on different things that it can be just holding on to something and watching it increase in value as our species starts to see the value in it more, such as Bitcoin. So what I think is very good about this article is that it just says what I think is very, very good about this is that it's talking about the age of tokenization. And the age of tokenization is going to be something that's going to be very, very beautiful because we are going to see unexpected results. We're going to see beautiful things happen with our value as a species going forward as our assets become tokenized. What does this mean? Why am I saying this? Because it's very important to see that what used to be shares and what used to be coins are now going to be digital tokens and digital coins. And that's what you get whenever you participate in an ICO. That's what you get whenever you buy into these different currencies. When we're looking at Bitcoin Cash right now, there's a lot of people that are investing into Bitcoin Cash so that way they can double their assets and see their store of value increase passively just by holding on to that. And so this is what is important, is that we're going to be able to see us being able to change my value. If I believe in Bitcoin Cash, I can put my Bitcoin into Bitcoin Cash in a matter of minutes, baby. And then if I don't like it, if I learn something else about Bitcoin Cash that makes me change my mind, I'm like, oh no, I don't like this anymore, then I can go ahead and I can switch that out and go over into Ethereum and buy some tokens with Ethereum. I can go and buy some tokens with like all kinds of other coins that are out there, Litecoins, things like that. A really good way that I've been seeing that I've actually got into just recently is that you can lock in your profits using a certain token called Tether. And Tether tries to tie itself to the price of the US dollar. And that, my friends, is a very valuable mechanic of a token that is going to make Tether be around for a while. And that right there is something that allows me to switch my value up into different things just by using tokens. It may even get so ridiculous in the future, guys, that you may even be able to get physical tokens that are worth things that you go and you put into a vending machine, and you'll get other tokens back out of that vending machine, and you'll be able to sit there and look at it and be like, look, I got Ether. Or look, I got Bitcoin Cash coins. Look at my BitConnect coins. You know, and so then you'll be able to take those tokens and use those tokens in other parts of the world, other areas, for certain places inside of theme parks, of businesses, of countries, of everywhere. It's just going to change everything. You're going to be able to use certain tokens inside of like planes. You're going to use certain tokens inside hotels to stay on certain floors. It's all going to change. It's all going to change. And so right now, people have they get different like here's a quick example. Right now, people get different key cards to their hotel room in some hotels depending on the room they get. So the more expensive the room, they get a different key card, obviously, right? So just think about that going forward. Is that if we have all tokens, there will be things where you'll have like a um, whatever it is, like a hotel wallet app on your phone, and it's gonna have like all these different coins in it and tokens in it, and you'll be like, oh wow, I got some first class American Airlines tokens, so I could fly first class today. Or if I want, I can switch those 50 first class American Express tokens for 150 coach American Express tokens, and now I can change my coins and get me and three other people on this vacation. So, do you see how fast that's going to change things? It's going to change things because we're tokenizing everything, and that's going to make things be a lot more volatile. It's going to allow things to happen a lot with a lot more liquidity. And so that's something that I feel is very important for us to be paying attention to now. And so whenever you see a company try to move towards tokenizing itself, pay attention there and try to see if there's some value that you can get out of that just by holding those tokens. So, all right, guys, if you guys don't have any other questions with this, I'm going to go ahead and just kick back for just a few seconds just so that I could let the delay catch up, I guess. But definitely, if you found some value in this and you like what I'm talking about here, make sure you turn on my post notifications so that you know when I'm going live. Because a couple other things, ask any questions that you have, in the chats right now, because I'm going to be signing off here in the next few seconds. But I'm happy to answer any questions that we got right now. But yes, so basically, turn on the post notifications because my schedule is erratic, and I am learning and I am researching and I'm getting things together for you guys. And I usually don't like to make videos unless like I have some value to put out in those videos. So what I'll say is that, turn on the post notifications. Regarding my schedule, I'm going to try to end up getting crypto news out every day at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's just the time zone that I live in. So convert that to your local time zone, and then you'll be able to end up seeing my crypto news and participating in it on the chat, because that's invaluable. So this is going to be a place where we can end up talking about cryptocurrencies, not just cryptocurrencies, but all kinds of cool things as well. So every morning at 10 a.m., I'm going to be trying to give out the crypto news Mountain Standard Time. And let's see, what else? Oh yeah, tonight I'm gonna be probably doing like a little video on cryptocurrency investing. I might do a video on dollar cost averaging if I get enough messages or people asking me to do it. Then I will definitely do that. I just want to know what you guys want to see, you know. And so as that is, just stay tuned because I should be posting up another video here probably today, later on tonight, probably late tonight, on just some of the investments that I'm going through. So I want to show you guys what's happening, why all these things are happening, how these cryptocurrency markets are changing so that you can stay aware of it and you can still feel good and confident like a boss when you're investing. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys. If you guys don't have any other questions, thank you so much for watching this here today. This is Sovereign Starseed signing off.